that because we're going to record it, so we can share this recording with you guys if you want to share with some other folks who could not attend. So Jim spends a lot of time in community development, which is a big part of Collabratec, and we'll share that in more details later on. So, but then you can get into the first slide here. What is Collabratec? For those who have not yet logged into Collabratec, it's a new professional networking collaboration platform. It's something that we call like a knowledge network, unlike any other. And times you'll hear that people try to Collabratec to LinkedIn or Facebook or the other social media there. What we're trying to do with the IEEE Collabratec is please that, but more focus is on facilitating the interactive communities and collaborative research. Back to what are foundational things that IEEE does with the authors and publishers, technologists and engineers worldwide. Open to everybody, but exclusive privileges are given to IEEE members, and we'll share that with you in more details later on. So competitively positions us, professional networking, career development, and publishing. The right side, what you see is the link. So if you need to get to Collabratec website, you type IEEE Collabratec.org, and that's a view of the landing page on the right side. It's something that we encourage people to look into after we're done with this call. So I hope every one of you can join Collabratec and start, with other individuals or friends that you have. So as we mentioned, there's different constituencies that we actually support in this platform. And the one that come from IEEE's core base, which are authors and researchers. That's something we had back of our mind when this platform was designed. But on top of that, we also get the networkers and career developers. One is individuals that are in the platform, they are trying to network with other individuals. And networking is something, all the attendees of this call, you're very familiar with because of your traditional social media networking platforms. So we provide very similar type of capabilities. But on top of that, we also have added opportunities. I mean that when you're in Collabratec, you can find other individuals with similar interests. You can connect with them. And so let's say you're starting a new company, you may have interest in hiring somebody or teaming up with somebody who have some complementary skills, and you can find those right here also. And the biggest one is the authors and researchers. Individuals can start congregating or collaborating on different documents, which will lead to authorship, and eventually you are able to publish those. And obviously the researchers that can look at different research happening in different areas, and the best benefit of that is that you could be living in a college, university, or a company in India or Pakistan, and be converse or finding company skills or similar interest research from Australia or the U.S. or somewhere else, and you start a small private group and start working on that research. We'll go through this entire presentation, and we'll have enough time to take your questions. So if you don't mind, just you keep writing your questions, and Jim and you can just share that with us at the end. So a little bit on more details in the networkers. that particular persona, if somebody looking at from a networking perspective, we allow you to build and facilitate professional connections. And this is a screenshot of the system where you have on the left side the navigation. And there we call people. People are basically all the users in Collabratec are referred to people. Discover, professional colleagues with similar interests worldwide. And these individuals that you see, the users, the right side, these are from our Collabratec team. It's John, Don. You'll probably one point or the other when you attend some of the IEEE conferences, you'll probably see their names. And actually on the right side is sort of the main screen. So when you click on people, you'll see a number of individuals in Collabratec. And right now we are approaching 30,000 worldwide. And also it gives you a breakdown of how those are from different countries, and that's what you see under the country. And then you can also do some search by applying some filters. You can select that. Let me see only the people who are authors. But keep in mind that these are the individuals who have actually indicated that they are authors. Anybody may turn on every facet or to tag their profile that they are authors. A lot of times, somebody may not indicate, what their employer is, as you see under the company and employer unknown. And the networking, the area that you can look at is the My Network. And what is this? As you go about connecting with different individuals, you can actually look at how many individuals are you connected to. Network basically shows who are the people that you are connected to. And on the right side, which is pending requests. So there are many individuals who may want to connect to you, who have an interest that they want to connect with you, and those will be showing on the right side. And you can visit that on the right side again. The working part, as you guys are very familiar with, in terms of traditional platforms out there, LinkedIn and Facebook. So it's a very similar functionality that you can actually go in, and you can also look at these labels or badges these individuals have. For example, Fred Miller is one of the board members at IEEE, a very decorated individual who's an IBM fellow. He's retired, but also it will show that badge on the right side is indicating that he's a IEEE fellow as well as a volunteer as well. Okay. Moving and from the networking perspective, the other area that you can look at is communities. And communities is something that we will spend some more time later on. This is actually showing you one of the communities in Collabratec. It's called IEEE Entrepreneurship Exchange. There are no borders, which is fitting very well with the theme of this presentation, with cross-border interactions. So when you get into communities, a lot of technical communities, which are called, and we have two different types of communities. We will get that into that later on. These communities are not localized, so meaning that when to Entrepreneurship Exchange, you may find individuals from different countries, but have similar interests. And you can look into these communities, and if you're not a member of this community, you can request to join these communities. And there's a whole bunch of information about the communities right there when you get in, and you will see a lot of activity happening in the community. From the researcher's persona perspective, you can collaborate with other researchers in your favorite tools. This is where you can look at different SMEs or subject matter experts in the field of particular interest that you have where you want to do the research. And again, when you go to this particular snapshot we had was from a nanotechnology that we're looking for some individuals who are interested in particular area. And just for your information, IEEE has, as you're familiar with IEEE members, has a huge established taxonomy, which is a bunch of keywords, the technical keywords, and it's a pretty wide, deep higher taxonomy. And we utilize that, and individuals, every one of you can actually, when you create your profile, you can share your interests, that you have interest in particular areas. For example, you could be interested in embedded system, VLSI, or data, or nanotechnology, or mobile, 3G or 5G, or any one of those. And you see that those terminology as you're typing, they will show up on your profile, and then can say, as part of your profile. And that's how people will be able to search and find you, as well the way you find others. That's what helps get collaboration kicked off in the research phase. Moving again in researchers and participate in many different groups. So like communities, private groups are, as the sake of the name, they are private, meaning that individuals who are, who you have the ability, in fact, you have as a user, you should be able to create private groups, and then you can invite in the common interest to join those groups. And you can, once you are in a private group, then you can use your favorite tools to start collaborating on, whether it's a document creation, or whether you are going to publish a new document, or in a particular field of interest, or something else. Private groups, it gives you, as I mentioned, from the integration perspective, you want to collaborate using either Google Docs or even Word or any other type. Another one is called the Overleaf, with a LaTeX document collaboration. So you can use any of those tools which are available to you during the collaboration phase in the private groups. And use those to basically import documents as well. So you may have worked on before you joined Collabratec, and to bring them into Collabratec, they become part of your libraries, and you can use using authoring tools to take that further. Picture of Justine. So Justine actually took a snapshot and showing, what the different tools are available. From this perspective, also, authors can do the research, authoring, and the development work. And there are forums, so you can go into communities. Different forums that we have created, which are basically communities. They are there for sharing their best practices between the authors, volunteers, and staff. And these are, as you know, from IEEE ecosystem perspective, we have a very calling individuals, or giving ability for individuals to call themselves authors, volunteers, or staff. Staff individuals like myself and Justine, who work full-time for IEEE, and we have volunteers within the field. Some of you are the officers, so you will become the volunteers. Obviously, authors. Authors could be either IEEE members or not. Those who are interested in being new or not, and actually publishing articles in the IEEE system. There's, as I mentioned before, there's a robust document management string capabilities available, meaning that you should be able to not only upload different documents, but also collect as well as look at documents posted by your colleagues, whether it's in other groups or also in different communities. And also, you can individuals who are who have published for, let's say, the last 5-10 years, a document, they may want to organize a published document that they have created in their own space, which is library. So you can actually not only look at other documents like Explore. I'm not sure you guys are familiar with the Explore platform, which is sort of a front end to IEEE's I think 3.8 million single documents and articles. You can look at those articles. You can actually upload those into Collabratec if you have the rights to some of those documents, and it will be available in your library. And there's a whole setting on the library side where you can actually turn what a document in the library basically shows up as a metadata, and you got that metadata, and actually you share that with other users as well. One other thing that we give you is the ability. We understand. Let me back up. So the notion of coming in, and at the same time, we understand that you have accounts and services that you're using at different platforms as well. For example, you may have a Google Drive, you may have Google Plus, you have LinkedIn, Overleaf, any one of these different services, and we call these attached or connected services. Collabratec, and when it gives you ability to actually kind of connect any one of your accounts to Collabratec. So meaning that Collabratec sort of becomes the front end, and you are able to see and utilize these services on the back end. And you also, through these connected services, you can actually see feeds coming into sort of in your the main page when you log in to Collabratec. For example, you could be connected. You can connect your Twitter account as one of the attached services, and wherever your permissions are set in Twitter, they'll be fed right into your Collabratec account as soon as you log in. This goes a little bit in more depth for the authors and researchers. A typical author will spend a lot of time in searching or going through the bibliography and citations. That is supported through the filters and FAFs that we make available. And if you go into your library settings, again, as I mentioned before, this is something that in the IEEE ecosystem, there are a lot of researchers who spend time in coming up with the latest and greatest research and collaborate with some other colleagues worldwide, and that they'll go to publishing ability, so they'll work on a document for some time and eventually publish it. So a typical researcher with lots of experience will have out of 20, 30 publications in a few years. So that whole notion of published documents, which are done by you or others, becomes a sort of management nightmare. And we give you ability in Collabratec to be able to access all these published documents. And you may have published or collaborated with somebody, late fact, document generation, and with another group you may have used Microsoft Word, and with somebody else you may have used Google, Google Docs. So if you look at the logos here, shows what type of document this was that collaborated on, and that's what is available in your library. To the collaborative authoring tools I mentioned before, Collabratec gives you ability to collaborate on different tools, collaborate on documents of different formats. The first one is the LaTeX doc and Overleaf, and we work with the Overleaf company to have a word of the formatted text document, which is particular to IEEE. you get access to that through Collabratec. And also in PDF, you can actually have a PDF, like a printable document format, but you can do the annotations. And when you annotate that, you can actually collaborate with other users who can see your annotations, and you can still save it, and you can actually track the history, how and when, what kind of annotations were done by you or your colleagues. So just a overflow text editor, using the source file data on the left side, and it looks like in a WYSIWYG fashion on the right side when it is published. With Google Docs, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, that you can collaborate with different individuals, except that with Collabratec, you get access to these clustering tools right through Collabratec. I think we have just introduced in our latest release, which was release 5.3, which was deployed 8th of February of this year, in which we started, we introduced the support with the Microsoft OneDrive, which is a cloud storage. But with OneDrive, we basically are giving ability to the authors and publishers and collaborators that they collaborate on a Microsoft Word format document. Understanding is that based on our research, that 60 to 70% authors worldwide use Microsoft Word as a primary document generation tool of authoring and publishing. This is a huge win for us and our community. It's a release that we will be making available to authors and publishers out there. From a career resource perspective, I know everybody who's in through some professional training, at some point or the other, they are looking to get to a different job or look at different opportunities which are available. So this, what we are trying to do is every individual or all the users within Collabratec have the opportunity to have different jobs. And one of the ways that you go in is the feature within Collabratec. It's on the left navigation. It's called Opportunities. We call opportunities and not jobs because we continue to add in the next several months different sorts of opportunities. It could be a mentoring opportunity, it could be a job, it could be an internship, a co-op, or any of those things, and will start showing up in this as we add more and more functionality. In this particular snapshot that we are showing, IEEE has the IEEE jobs site. So actually take a IEEE jobs site, which is all jobs from IEEE jobs site right into Collabratec, and opportunity to navigate and pursue any of these job listings for direct job or internship. So we will be actually adding a lot of the filters, so you'll be able to figure out, depending on your need, are you interested in internship, or are you interested in full-time jobs? These will be coming from not only the industry but also from academia. And these, I believe, these are all U.S.-based jobs, or it will be national jobs also here.
Hi, there's a combination of both. You'll find jobs from the U.S. as well as jobs outside of the U.S. Our IEEE job site, who works with different organizations to jobs posted on the job site, which streams into Collabratec. Also keeping in mind that online recruitment is a little more popular, a little more accepted in the U.S. right now, but they've been seeing more growth of online job recruiting across the world, so hopefully that will continue to grow as well and give us more opportunities coming into Collabratec.
Okay, great. I just see. Career resource, again, the other feature that you have is as you go about searching for different jobs, you want to save some of these jobs that you'll be interested in now, but you may not have time, but you want to follow up on. So give you the opportunity in the Manage Opportunities section to save jobs as well as some of your searches. These a lot of these jobs you can actually apply. If the apply feature apply now, that'll give you the ability to just click on that. Either it will lead you right to the company page, or depending on what the job is structured on the back end, or you'll be able to apply right through the job site. The opportunities, we have done the integration to IEEE Resume Lab and Salary Calculator. Again, keep in mind salary calculator right now more applicable to the U.S. only. At some point, we will be introducing India and some other countries. Resume Lab is a very interesting tool. Integration is it's an older tool, but we have refreshed it, so it's available right through Collabratec. It's the ability to let you're an individual, and you may have already created a resume, but you can go through the Resume Lab and you give it all the information, and it will generate the resume for you. So you may want to actually leverage that as well. Because it may give you a resume will be a little bit different than what you have created, but give you something to compare with, and then you can pick and choose, which one you want to move forward with that you want to use. And the other feature right here is you'll see throughout Collabratec Share. There's a very interesting feature, just like you can share this to your Facebook, your Twitter, on any of the others, or email to somebody yourself. So clicking on that share, you may want to explore that later on. So there's something available. Pretty much all our different activities available throughout Collabratec. One feature that we had introduced recently, which is uploading your CV or resume. So what it does is, and we highly encourage everybody who joins Collabratec to put their resumes, assuming that you're interested in all those new opportunities. I think as a young professionals that you are, this is something you definitely want to do, which gives you an opportunity to the couple of things that you sort of achieve through this. One is, so we have on the back end a extensive process which actually parses your resume, and it pulls out all the artifacts out of your resume and actually saves that with your profile. Two, it sets up in your profile to be visible to a lot of the other individuals who could be looking at like your type of background they're interested in. And the way the world is today, there are really no borders. Especially using the online communities, people may reach out to you. They may find something interesting in your background, and they may be looking to engage you, or do you, based on your expertise, how you can become part of their team. And the other, as you can see, other settings on the left side, which job type, you can specify whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, for internship, or co-op. And this is going to, almost with every release, we will continue to make it more and more, we'll be enhancing it extensively, so more opportunities to your particular interests, and will be very useful not only to you, but your colleagues as well as recruiters. Maybe joining Collabratec at basically the professionals which are going to be part of Collabratec. I highly recommend, especially the professionals. Again, just repeating that please do look at the opportunity sections and especially turn on the things that it has. It will really open the world to you guys when people start looking at the professions that they need. Asian countries have a lot more engineering resources, so it will be beneficial to individuals in those countries. So what we just went through are just some of the foundational things in Collabratec, which are sort of the different features, the settings that allows you to get your user profile at a point where you are seeing the values. So one of the things that we always recommend is that when you create your user profile, I think we all have a habit of logging into something and turning on some of the settings. Collabratec, the big benefit you're going to start seeing with Collabratec is if you visit your profile settings, play those, spend some time, and as you go about turning on different settings and visibility, what it does is it makes your profile much better and also more attractive to others who may be looking to connect with you because you have certain background, and that's very important. So once you've done all those, the magic starts happening, which is you start looking at different communities. You can see here, there's, again, not the only communities. These are just showcased here for you from a career perspective. So Career Connect USA, and then there's a Career Connect India that was created a while back. And you can see these are member-only communities. So if you're IEEE member, and you'll be able to join them. This is more about, it's about people with similar interests, a similar background. You can hear and discuss career-related topics, and the fact that these are called Career Connect. So a lot of the conversation and the discussion you'll see are related to careers only. And you can also partner with, different professionals in your regions. These are because they're called, one is in India, so most of the conversation you're going to see is people from that particular region. Same with us. We also have what we call the practitioners, the IEEE Consultant Exchange, and then the Entrepreneurial Exchange. Entrepreneurship is a big thing worldwide today. So IEEE has created this Entrepreneurship Exchange. Every now and then, make some posts in this one community as well. And Consultant Exchange is, if you're interested in independent consulting type of work, then you can become part of these communities. Again, don't limit. If you're a member, you can pretty much, whichever interest, you keep searching for different communities. We have, I think, close to about 80 communities right now, close to about 500 private groups. And private groups, as we mentioned before, they are private, so you only can join if somebody invites you to those groups. That we are currently working on, which should be coming out soon, is the mentorship. This is actually a thing that IEEE has, which is out there. It's called a Mentor Center. We are taking this particular functionality and bringing it right into Collabratec, and be very interesting because not only you can show that your interest, again, it goes back to your profile settings, that if you want to be a mentor or a mentee, meaning do you want to actually mentor somebody or do you want to be mentored by somebody? Okay. So then we highly recommend for some of the young professionals, you may have a great opportunity to actually connect with mentors worldwide on this front. mentioned before, this is Collabratec, and it's available free to everyone, and so there's no fee or nothing you have to pay. But for people who are IEEE members, there are additional value available to the members. As you can see, some of these, David Green and Fred Minster, they are very senior volunteer leaders. They are on IEEE board, and Dean Hoffman is just my colleagues at IEEE. And as you log into Collabratec, you'll see lots from Dina and Justine, because they spend a lot of time in cultivating communities, starting conversations, questions, and all those. Okay. And you'll see a lot. We are working extensively on the badging. So by just looking at a badge, you'll be able to see, if you hover over on some of these badges, you'll be able to see what kind of badge that is. Again, what level somebody is, what kind of professional background they have. And this where you can also start seeing, basic privacy settings you can control, and also the mentoring opportunities. Somebody has shown interest that they're interested in being a mentor or want to be a mentee. With you, how this Collabratec program has evolved, it was, I think we can note the first couple ones. Development, started in March of 2014, and the pilot was launched toward 2014, and volunteer training was started in the beginning of 2015. We went live in September of 2015, so technically we've been in the state. We are in the 5th month of that, and it's picking up a lot. So in fact, every conference or board meeting or events that we go to with an IEEE, CLIC is one name that pretty much everybody talks about. They're interested in knowing where we are, how they can become part of it, and rightfully so. So we hope that it continues to gain momentum, and certainly we spend a lot of time presenting this technology, and we hope that after we're done today, that all of you will take the opportunity to join Collabratec. And once you are in Collabratec, if you ever have a question about the Collabratec, there are opportunities on the left side for you to either look for help. That's available through user guide or FAQs, or you can reach out to directly, and they're available 24/7. In fact, we have a live person in India supporting the Indian hours, which is the team over here is sleeping, so you're able to access somebody to figure out if you're running into any problems. And Justine and myself and my team, we can certainly help you into any particular situation that Collabratec is handling for you. Okay. This is something we're talking about now is the amount of, I would say, the activity that happens within Collabratec today is within the communities and private groups. So once you become a member, the next thing you have to look into is either you are starting a private group or you actually join a community. And you may have interest in launching some community involved. The community's launch is something we handle on the staff side that you can reach out to Justine or myself if and that's a little bit of a involved process. As we just share that with you, we record that there are one individuals who are willing to be the moderator of the communities, and those individuals will basically make sure that basically lives up to its charter. I mean, let's say you have something which is nanotech communities built around nanotechnology. Some moderators will make sure that conversations that happen within the community are based on nanotechnology, and if there are other conversations that kick off, that to steer or guide individuals that, hey, why don't you join that community and you can post it somewhere else. But like I mentioned before, it's something that we are seriously looking into. My apologies. And forward, we will make that, the these and private groups a little bit easier to get into. Private group is something that a lot of individuals take a lot of advantage of today. And that's something you don't need to talk to us about or don't need any permissions. You can today start a private group, talk about cricket or soccer or cooking. We don't really have visibility into that, nor we control that. So the conversations you have in there on which topic, it really depends on the owner of the private group and the individuals who will come and join the private group. And same thing, you can do entire collaboration in either the communities or private groups. You have access to all the tools. For example, private groups is one thing that a lot of the authors and researchers use because they're going to collaborate on a document. They only want certain individuals in that private group. So they have a controlled environment in which they have only people of certain interests, they're two professors, and you can have a bunch of students working on trying to publish a poster or an article that they're using the private group. This is what we do have, as I mentioned, about 80 different communities. This is just a sampling of some of the communities. As you see, we have affinity groups on the left, which are the young professionals. Extreme competition, I'm sure you guys are familiar with that, which is we think it's about 24-hour a session that once a year in which different teams participate. They got about 24 hours to come up with some kind of coding, and their judges and all you get good on. And I think there are monetary awards that comes out of this. We have entrepreneurship exchange, we have women in leadership, global student exchange, and HEPA new communities. And then we have something that communities which are launched by our group. One is the Collabratec user forum. So that's something whenever you join tech, as you become a registered user, we encourage you to be part of this particular community. The other one is a membership forum. So all individuals who are members of IEEE membership, we encourage them to join this. The number a little misleading here because for reasons, this is something that was very recently. So more member will encourage them to come and join this particular community. And as we talked about the Career Connect and the Career Connect USA, these are more the career-oriented or opportunities level type of communities out there. Then the huge number of communities we have are the geo communities. These are geographically, located individuals who have become part of a community. And recently, I'll have Jane talk about. She had launched the India community, which was even though we have the city base, we have like a Bangalore communities and cities in India, the communities out there. But the India community was launched basically, which was a platform to give the ability to ideally India to expose some of the initiatives which are applicable to the country there also. So your natural question should be, what should you do next? Here are some of the suggestions we always recommend that you try to sign up into IEEE Collabratec.org. And you may have seen in just seen on my emails, we have a signature. You sign in now. That like image. Sign up a profile. Add interest, your network. Build your network, as I mentioned. The fun things. You may not have time today, but you spend a little bit of time to get your profile rather than just joining in and leaving it there. Because you will start seeing the value of this platform. You will certainly start seeing different individuals trying to connect with you, converse with you. They want to actually invite you to their private groups. They'll see what kind of interests you have. They'll say, okay, why don't we start a private group? Discuss. Why don't we talk about maybe coming up with some new research area, or let's try to author something in particular research area. Also, after doing, you can promote to IEEE members and your colleagues, and you can send invitations, which is a big thing. So we do get the number of invitations sent by using Collabratec continues to grow on a weekly basis, which is the best way for this platform to organically grow, and we encourage that you do that. This is our last slide, so if you still have any questions, how to reach us, myself, and just LinkedIn or some other profiles. Also advertise your profile with Collabratec, and it also depends on depending on your settings. But it goes how much of your profile you want to make it visible publicly. Okay. End of our session. This time I wanted to hand it over to Steen, and also Jimin. I want to take to I can't hear you, but we have to figure out how we can get the questions taken care of now.
While you and Jimin are coordinating the questions, I can do the demo. Would that?
Yes. Get over to you.
Okay, so thank you once again, everyone, for having us here today. I'm going to go through and just give a quick demo of the site. So we'll touch on some of the different issues and areas that already shared with you, but now I'll go through and show you how you can actually access them on different areas of the platform. So first, this is the sign-in screen you'll see when you go to IEEE-Collabratec.org. And those of you who are IEEE members, you can click the sign-in button, even if it's the first time coming to the platform, and you can log in using the same email address, password that you would use for your IEEE account. If you don't have an existing IEEE account, you can click on the blue button over here to create a free account. So sign in. Once again, the same email you would use for IEEE, the password. And then as you into the system, the first thing that you'll see when you log into Collabratec each time is your home screen. And right now you'll notice there's a little bit of a black veil going over the page. Those are some of our coaching screens that point out some of the key features and functionalities on different pages throughout the platform. So the first time that you hit that page, you'll see it so some of the things you might want to check out while you're on that page. The home name is an aggregate of all of the different activity coming into Collabratec based on your experience. So the first thing that you'll notice here right now is we have events streaming. So we stream in events from IEEE's event resources. So one includes our conferencing system. So you'll see different IEEE conferences, and we also stream in from vTools, which is a volunteer tool where IEEE volunteers can enter local meetings that are happening. So you'll see different meetings and events you might like to attend. We also stream in articles from IEEE Spectrum. And you'll hear we have some conversations that are going on in some of the different communities that I belong to. So all of your community information stream into your home stream as well. The way to get around the platform is using the menu button up at the top. You can click it and see all of the different areas that Sandeep was talking about during his presentation. So first, take you to the people search. This is how you find other people on Collabratec. Once you find the people you'd like to connect with, you make those one-to-one connections. So you can search for people up at the top by name, or you can use all of these different facets on the left here. One facet that I like using a lot is the interest facet. So let's say you're working on a project and you're looking for someone to help answer a question, or maybe you're looking for someone who you would like to invite to do the research with you, maybe as a co-author. You can find people based on the interests that they identified. So let's say you're working on a project on cloud computing. So you would select cloud computing, and the platform is going to filter and show you the results of all the people who have identified that as an interest of theirs. My flow right now. It does that, though. Another thing you can do is it'll show you all the results of the people who've identified cloud computing. You can click on that person's profile, and you can see different IEEE groups and memberships that they belong to, as well as any publications they have. So you can really find someone who is a subject matter expert in that area. So example, Sebastian identified that he is interested in cloud computing. So you can click on his profile and see all the different information, including where he's located. He's an IEEE member. For example, he's part of the cloud computing community, so that he pretty active in that topic of interest. So if you would like to connect with Sebastian, you can click the connect button, and it will send him a request to have him added to your network. So the My Network area is all of the people who you have either asked to join your network, or they've asked to join yours, and you've established that one-to-one connection with all of these different people. Then within the My Network section, you can also directly message anyone in clicking the message button. Next to opportunities, which is all of the career development pieces that Sandeep talked about earlier. First goes to opportunities. You'll see the first part that comes up is that job search that he was discussing earlier. Similar people search, there are different facets on the left to narrow the focus, to narrow your job search by what type of job you want to apply for, if there's a certain location radius you would like to see, any job you want to look at, so save the job and come into your managed opportunities area. So if there's a job that maybe see you're interested in, but you want to go back and apply for it at a later time, you can do that. Opportunities area, the settings tab, is the area where you can activate your employment preferences. So this is where you can upload your resume and your CV, and you'll be discoverable by recruiters and organizations seeking talent. So if you want to let people know, let recruiters know that you are looking for a job, make sure you come into opportunities and activate your employment preferences. The area of the platform is communities. So this is an area that I am heavily involved with. For my position, I'm involved with a lot of the communities. So the first time you come to the screen, it might look a little different than mine is looking right now, because all of the communities that you participate in will appear first. As you scroll down, you'll see other communities that you might like to join as well. I encourage you to go through and find communities that might be of interest to you. You can also use the top box up here to search based on location. So as Sandeep was mentioning earlier, we did just launch recently an India community. So searching for India, it'll load all of the communities related to India, which will include some of the local India communities as well as the countrywide India community. When you click the button to access now, you'll be taken to the community. And the geo communities are open to everyone, so you can easily just click the access now and you'll be taken to the community. Some are closed, so they require membership, like Sandeep was mentioning earlier, like some of our Careers Connect communities. They require either membership in IEEE, or some communities require membership in an IEEE society in order to participate. I go into right now to just show you what you can expect in the community. First thing up top here is it gives a brief description of what you can expect to find in each of the communities. The main area here is to post. If you want to post any information into the community, if you want to share any thoughts or have a discussion, you can do that through a general post. We also have Q&A functionality. This might be similar to Quora or Yahoo Answers, where you can ask a question and then other people can go in and answer your question as well. The ability to post files to the community, so if you want to share maybe a presentation that happened at a recent event where you presented, maybe if you are promoting an event, you can post the flyers. Any other documents that you would like to share with the community, you can do through file posting. The next area of the platform is events. So similar to how I mentioned earlier that we stream in these events, our conferencing site as well as our vTools. We have conferences as well as meetings. And that's what's on the left, allow you to filter down the results. So if there's a specific date that you attend an event, if you're looking to go to a conference, you can filter by location. If they're in society, you're interested in going to one of their events, you do that as well. And you can also use the top search box up here in case there's a specific topic that you're interested in, for example, robotics, and you can see all the different events related to robotics. It's available to everyone. It's paid to, and you'll see there's another one of the coaching screens that came up to highlight some of the different areas of your life. This is to store and organize documents that you have might be related to different art or research projects that you're working on. Once the articles are and the documents are in your library, you can organize them by research collection. Another really great tool that I wish I had when I was going to school was the citation generator. So once you click on an article or multiple articles, you can get types of citations. We have different formats available, so depending on what style of citation your publisher or a professor requires, you're able to do that.
I just from Jimin and team. I think it's getting late for them.
Okay.
Why don't we open up to questions and any other things we can follow up later on with them.
Okay.
So, if you have any questions, you want to send us email or on Hangouts, we can do that. But I mean, what I wanted to present to you, we pretty much completed that. So they are concerned that it's getting late for a lot of folks there. Let me give it another minute for them to send me questions. One second. Justine, moderators in a group, that group or
for communities, we actually encourage more than one moderator for the community. The moderator role should be seen as mainly being a champion or an evangelist for the community. So you're really trying to promote one, awareness of the community and engagement within the community itself. So we do encourage multiple moderators so they can all share that responsibility. For private groups, there is only one owner of the private group. They're the person that initially creates the private group. They can invite people to join, and that one person is the one owner of it. You can't have multiple owners, but you can transfer ownership. So, for example, if you have a private group for your local student branch and you want the chair of the branch to be the owner, once their term is over, they can transfer the ownership to someone else.
Any other questions? Let me ask anything else. Are you able to see it, Justine? Related to career opportunities available on the portal, what companies available? Want me to?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So today, the companies that are using their jobs on IEEE job site are at least just from industry, but so from academia, so meaning that we may have somebody from university posting their job also. And type of company, I mean, these are positions that are obviously back to the core of IEEE, electrical engineering jobs, and as well as computer science type of related jobs. If you add those two areas, And within that, it could be anywhere from management as well as technical jobs.
So if there is any other questions, you can email at justin.spat@IEEE.org. Yeah, Sandeep and Justin for your valuable time.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Sure.
And you just encourage everybody to join Collabratec, and
Yeah, sure,
we'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, sure, sir.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah. Have a nice day.